And welcome to Marine Mods. Today we're going to talk about a tool that I utilize. This is a blasting cabinet from Harbor Freight. It's served me well. I've never, really been too thrilled about its performance. However, it did get the job done, cleaning up most of your through-hole fittings and, any metallic objects that were corroded. It did a decent job. It was just kind of slow. The gun would get, clogged, and the pickup tube would get clogged. So I did a little reading. I was thinking about replacing this thing to make it more efficient, and I found a bunch of YouTube videos about upgrading this blast cabinet to something a lot more efficient. So I started researching the various videos, watching them, and I incorporated a lot of what I saw. Some of the videos you might look for is Alvarez blasting cabinet. He uses a kit called, it's a Tacoma upgrade kit. They offer various pieces. Tacoma company is on the web. The best thing to do is probably give them a call and talk to Mike. He is just a wealth of information. Highly recommend calling him. I purchased a new hopper. It's a small hopper at the bottom that allows you to easily remove your media. There's an adjustment valve there, a foot pedal that turns on your gun, and hopefully you can see it, the gun itself, which is a very, ergonomic, easy to hold. You hold it like a pencil. Now I'm going to go over just what I found on the internet to be the best mods for my purpose. Again, call Mike. Tell him what you're doing, and he'll give you great suggestions. First off, obviously the Tacoma Kit. I purchased it. Allows you to control your gun with the foot, so you're not squeezing the trigger. Pressure regulator, also from Tacoma. Hoses are running through the front of the cabinet. I covered up where the old switch was for the internal light, which is garbage. Added a light switch on top with a pigtail to turn on off and on the vacuum. The biggest improvement on the cabinet was moving where the wet dry vac would connect from here to basically the back of the cabinet. Let's see if I get a shot of that. I used the fitting that was originally on the side, took a piece of 1/4-inch starboard, covered up the bigger hole, mounted that fitting onto that, and that goes into my Oneida Dust Deputy. I bought the kit with the bucket and the hose, and it comes with the right angle fitting, and everything just worked out great. I believe it's a 2 1/4-inch hose, goes to my little shop vac. The other important thing I changed was the glass setup. They give you a sheet of Mylar that covers up a sheet of single strength glass, and then on the outside is a double strength glass. My double strength glass actually cracked, so I replaced everything, I believe, with a 3/8 double strength glass on top, a single strength glass on the bottom. And one thing I found on a YouTube video was I made it a lot easier to take the glass out. Using a nut and a bolt and a wing nut, now I can just simply turn the wing nuts, get this glass out without having to take my gloves out and reach in from the side. This works fantastic. The other thing it helps to do is when you do remove the plastic trim, the glass rests on here. It doesn't slide off, which is what happened to me when I was removing it the first time and it cracked. So, also, the reason for the double glass setup, the bottom piece is single strength. It's sacrificial, so when it gets all scratched up and you can't see it anymore, you take it off, remove that piece, and the double strength is for protection, just in case the bottom layer cracks. Let me think, any other options? Really just sealing up the cabinet good. Oh, dropping the shelf, highly recommend. It gives you more workspace. You can see I took out the grate that used to hold the shelf, which is now right here. Lowered it about 3 inches. Just drop the grate, you know, measure it out yourself. Doesn't have to be perfect. Gives you room for the hoses to pass through. And just gives you more workspace. Also purchased, let me see if I can get in the cabinet, this baffle, also from the Tacoma company, which is our the air intake side. The air exhaust, or where the wet dry vac would hook up, is here now. Let me tell you, just from these little upgrades, it maybe took me about a day of solid work. I got it all in. It's a pleasure to do work on this cabinet now. I hit some pieces the other day. Where did I put them? Right over here. Simple brass through-hole fittings. These things were covered in corrosion, black. Come out beautiful. I mean, I could also change my media and use some glass bead to polish those out, but you know what? They're through holes. No one sees them, so it don't have to look pretty. We got the job done. So I highly recommend, again, I can't say it enough, call Mike at Tacoma Company. I very rarely review products, but man, this was such an improvement over, you know, from basically wanting to throw this cabinet away to now it's a keeper. He's a wealth of information. Mike, Tacoma Company. You can find him, Google is your friend, or look at some of the Alvarez videos. He gives you some great tips. When you glue things, or seal things, I should say, use polyurethane glue. It's not tacky at all. I basically resealed everything I could, and I used weather stripping on the glass, and I put some new weather stripping around the door because this thing was leaking like a sieve. Also, I put it around the base where the cabinet mounts to the hopper. One thing, Mike sent me the wrong hopper attachment, but the old gate that was there, I left the attachment on there, cut off the hinges, and it fit nice on there. And just put some polyurethane around the edges, sealed up real good. That's it. Thanks for watching this video. I know it doesn't have much to do with boats, but if you do have one of these cabinets, I highly recommend all the upgrades I said. Take a look at the Alvarez videos. They're really informative. There's a bunch of videos out there. Call Mike at Tacoma Company. Tell him what you want to do, and he'll set you in the right direction.